You think you want to say look at this? And I want more. I'm a victim of what came out of your demon-infested Who the hell do you think you are? Give it up. I'm a nigga. You do want to be employed, don't you? You know what I see? I see your mother. I see two spoiled, ungrateful little rich bitches. That's what I see. I enjoy destroying lives.
In 5, 4, 3, 2. Who are you? It's Beer Drank, and this is Dear Vince Podcast, episode 15 with George Kennebrew. Man, what do we have? What's cracking?
We got episode number 15. 15 damn episodes, man. This shit is still unbelievable to me, AG. Like, we've made it to 15 goddamn episodes, man. Like, how in the hell did this happen? This was all just supposed to be just some one big idea. Or hold on, let me say that again. Mm-hmm. This was supposed to be one big idea, but it turns out it's turned into something else, man.
Oh yeah.
And 15 episodes later, like, we still here
and still
like,
killing it.
This is fucking beautiful. Yeah, you damn right.
That's
we
what's
killing
up.
This shit.
That's what's up,
yeah,
man. But we're gonna talk about a lot today. Fuck it, it's a lot. We're gonna talk about Raw, SmackDown as we do just about every week. But we have a recap that we must revisit. AEW All Out, most definitely.
AEW All Out, baby.
Hell, fuck yeah! What a great event that was. But you know what? Let's go ahead and get into Raw, right?
Okay.
We
so to kick off Raw, we had this little dry ass contract signing between Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman because, of course, we know in a couple of weeks they're going to be facing each other at Clash of Champions, and they're doing this dumbass, watered down. Let's make a manufactured team or a super team or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah.
Let's make this little super team or what have you, and have them win the tag team titles because we're too fucking lazy as creative people and writers to actually push and establish the tag teams that you had there that have been tag teaming for most of their damn careers.
Yep, 100%.
It drives me nuts.
It's just like,
and even though
there's pretty much take their favorite wrestler behind the curtain, match them with somebody, and it's ridiculous because they did it with someone that already has a belt that he should be worried about more.
But my thing is, AG, when are they going to realize this shit is not going to work? This shit does not get over. Okay? Like, I understand that, okay, maybe back in the Attitude Era or whatnot, all right, you had Stone Cold and Dude Love. You had Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels. You had The Rock and Mankind.
Yep.
I get it. But guess what? Those are once-in-a-lifetime, once-in-a-generation superstars. Those guys are what you call special. Now, I'm not taking nothing away from Seth Rollins or Braun Strowman or Bobby Roode or Dolph Ziggler. But the difference between those men and these men here in 2019 present day is they are not as special. Therefore, why the fuck are you putting them together when you know the shit is not going to work? And when you know that it's obvious that one of them's going to turn on each other because in another stupid-ass concept that the WWE always seems to do, they're going to have these guys face, or not face, I should say, they're going to have these guys do 2 matches in one night. First, of course, they're going to defend their tag team championship.
Yeah, right.
And then they're going to face each other later on in the night for the Universal Championship.
Yeah. And the thing with that, though, is like, they're going to, an idiot would know this, that they're going to drop the belts to fucking Rude and Ziggler. You know what I'm saying? Like, an idiot would fucking know that.
Depends on what your description of idiot is. It's professional wrestling.
But it's like it had like they have to drop the belts. Like, okay, Braun Strowman gets pissed off, power slam Seth Rollins, fucking Dolph Ziggler gets the pin. Like it's so transparent, man. I can see straight through this shit.
Yeah, man. Like I just don't. But again, going back to my point about them just completely, once again, creatively shitting and butt fucking their tag team division. For what reason is beyond me. Because I'm just like, you all have like one of the most stacked tag team divisions in professional wrestling. I mean, look at it. You got the Revival. You got Heavy Machinery. You got Gallows and Anderson. You know what I'm saying? You've got, the Colognes. Where the fuck have they been?
Yeah.
You had Breezango. Thank God Triple H finally saw the need to, actually want to use those guys and actually make them into something. And thank God they went with their better mind and are in NXT and have been completely reborn. Yeah. Not to mention, you have Xavier Woods and Big E of the New Day.
They're a damn near sideline, not doing anything with no fucking roles and no fucking story whatsoever. They just pretty much cronies the damn Kofi Kingston, and lately they haven't even really been that.
Well, you have to. Well, hold on now. Now, if my calculations are correct, they actually are doing something, because I think we forget that Xavier Woods specifically is selling, that supposed knee injury that he suffered from the Revival. And, Big E, he got the beat down from Randy Orton in the Revival the following week. So, yeah, the New Day are doing something.
But the thing, though, with it, though, is it's just now kind of kick-started. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're just now kick-starting, and at the same time, it's kind of corny because it's still them riding the coattails of Kofi.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
Yeah, so it's it's like because Kofi has, a tilt with Randy Orton. Now all of a sudden they have to, like, my thing, the Revival, they don't have the belts. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't even look like they're really concerned with getting the belts. Like, they're just more concerned with keeping this push and having more TV time because they're cool with Randy Orton. You know what I'm saying? And it's just it's a bad look, man. It's just a super fucking bad look.
And then on top of that, for the life of me, which I'll never understand till this day, why in the fuck are you still having the Viking Raiders, like, squashing enhancement talent? How long has this been going on? For like 2 years now?
Yeah. I haven't seen them in a real match with real competitors with real fucking talent. It's crazy.
Like, I mean, and then what really just pisses me off to like 500 degrees is the fact that they had to go under to another manufactured tag team in Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler.
Yep. It's ridiculous.
Like, how many, like my thing is okay, WWE. No, fuck that. Okay, Vince McMahon. So let me get this shit straight. So first of all, let's go back in the timeline now, DDP listeners, okay? So first of all, you have Dolph Ziggler win the U.S. Championship. Then you have him forfeit it not too long after he wins it, and basically keep him off TV. Then all of a sudden you have him come back to the company and form a tag team with Drew McIntyre, go on a little run for that time period, win the tag team titles, then all of a sudden him and Drew McIntyre split up. Then, not too long after that, you had him playing practice dummy / jobber to Goldberg.
Oh, yeah.
And literally, get, decapitated from spears or whatnot. Now, all of a sudden, you do the exact same thing you did before with Drew McIntyre and put him in another manufactured tag team because of what? I'm just like, what the fuck did Dolph Ziggler do?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just about to get at. Is like he's done something.
Whose girlfriend in the office was he trying to hit on? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella.
Like, which one of the secretaries of Vince McMahon was this man fucking? Okay, just tell us. Like, we just want to know the full story, because something has got to be going on where you're just completely just jerking this guy around.
Yeah, they definitely are doing that.
And then on top of that, you paid him all of this money, you know, gave him this nice little contract, only just to keep on creatively butt fucking him again. Like,
pretty much. I mean, it makes sense to them. Pay him a good amount, give him a contract, even if he did a lot of negotiation, or his manager did the negotiation to get exactly the amount of money he wants. Pay the motherfucker, sit him down like pretty much how he is, just so he won't go to AEW. Because my thing is, like, a lot of these dudes, especially somebody like Dolph Ziggler that's been around in WWE for so long and actually reached like high highs, and you could even truthfully have seen it being like the guy or the top 3 dudes in the company. For AEW to acquire someone like that, and especially someone as outspoken as Dolph Ziggler would be, like, they would be foolish to have him go to AEW, because he'd probably spill beans. He'll probably be spilling beans. He'll probably be throwing so much shade, because, like, Dolph Ziggler really doesn't give a fuck. Like, to be totally honest, like, he's the type.
That's true.
Yeah, he's the type that would, like, leave his company and then fucking get all of his fans to fucking go downvote him on Yelp. You know what I'm saying? Like, he seems like the vindictive kind. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like that would definitely throw fucking crazy amount of fucking shade back at the company that's fucked them over.
Wow, I haven't heard that name in so long. Yelp. But yeah, man, like, just going back to the original point of Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman. I'm just like, this was another lazy ass booking decision by WWE. And I'm hoping too, while I'm saying this, I really want to believe that Paul Heyman is not behind this, and he has basically been handcuffed creatively once again.
That's what it seems like. For the past 2 weeks, for the past 2 to 3 weeks, it seems like we don't have anything influenced by Heyman. Like, when,
it's just like, what? I'm just like,
what happened?
What is going on here? Is this like, you know, what is this? Pick a week for Paul Heyman to book Raw Day or something?
Yep.
Like, what does Vince McMahon have, like a tally of when Paul Heyman can book Monday Night Raw and when he can't?
Yep.
Like, come on. Like, what is the deal here?
Yeah. Fuck Seth Rollins and fuck Braun Strowman as a tag team. Truthfully, fuck their match for the Universal title, because who gives a fuck? I don't care about it.
I'm not really interested in seeing it. I'll agree with you there. I'll agree with you there. I say, yeah, definitely fuck that.
And same thing with Bobby Roode and fucking Dolph Ziggler. Fuck that tag team. Could give a shit. Let's run over to the King of the Ring, because that's where I really have some shit to say, to be honest.
Yes. Now, King of the Ring, I have to say, man, you know, out of all the bullshit that, you know, WWE has done and is continuing to do, I have to say that there is one smart person in that meeting room, Paul Heyman, that, you know, has come up with something to actually entertain us and please us as professional wrestling fans, and that is bringing back this King of the Ring, which I have to say I have thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah.
Because, like we were saying last week, you know, it's given these younger stars, these stars of the future, a chance to really further establish themselves. It's been unpredictable. That's another thing that I pointed out on last week's broadcast. So yeah, I've been loving it, man. And you know, this week was no exception. You know, we had
talking about unpredictable.
Right. We had Baron Corbin versus Cedric Alexander. When is the last time we ever said that Baron Corbin had a great wrestling match?
Oh, I know.
What? No rest hold?
Yep. Real shit.
You telling me he had a fast-paced match with exciting moves and exciting spots?
And actually selling and selling as well? That's crazy.
And selling, right?
Yep.
I'm just like,
Baron
okay.
Corbin did his thing last week. To be totally honest, that's what I said. I was like, I think this is my favorite Baron Corbin match that I've seen him in.
I have to agree with you. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna say it's my second favorite Baron Corbin match because I don't know if you remember this. I think it was a couple of years ago, and it was on a SmackDown Live, and I believe when he went up against AJ Styles.
Oh,
I don't
really?
know if it was a non-title match. I don't even know if AJ was still the U.S. champion.
Oh, really?
No, I don't think he was the U.S. champion then. I think he was still, as a matter of fact, I think he was, just in that title, that WWE, title contender race or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah,
I think Baron Corbin was too. And I want to say this was around when Money in the Bank was about to come up that year.
So this was like right before, was it right before pre Baron Corbin haircut?
Yes, it
like
was.
A little bit before that.
It
Like
was
still
before
had a little hair.
Baldy.
Mm-hmm.
It was before Baldy Baron Corbin. This was, the lone wolf, like
okay.
long hair, like
And mind you, that Baron Corbin, had they stuck with that, the fans will probably be a little bit more behind it because
probably
it worked.
So.
It worked.
It did work.
Corporate Kane,
it did work.
Put like Corporate Kane on Baron Corbin that never was over. Kane was over for a moment. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't just totally take away someone's character that's truthfully. Even Baron Corbin, his old character was kind of mysterious, but then you take that away, cut his hair off, put a fucking dress shirt on and on him in some dress pants, and he wrestles in that too. That's even the kicker. It's like, yo, man, fuck out of here. I think that's the reason why even fans don't even give a shit about Baron Corbin, because look at his ring attire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's just a stupid ass idea, man. WWE, I'm not even. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck y'all. I'm good. Like I'm gonna just point out. I'm gonna just point out the bad, and I'm not gonna say shit else about the universe. Fuck the universe. I'm about to smoke the universe. But anyway, but no. The King of the Ring.
What's going on though?
Go ahead. No. I was just saying the King of the Ring tournament, like you said, very much unpredictable. Like we've seen a bunch of that. Like I absolutely hate it. So I guess this right here is just the WWE Universe It's Beer Drink I Hate series or edition of the podcast, because I absolutely hate it. Ricochet and Samoa Joe's ending.
I was just about to segue into that, and I could probably think of why you hated it, but let me try to bring some logic to the situation. You know what I'm saying? Let me put on my wrestling mastermind visor, and let me try to bring a little clarity, to the situation, and tell you why I think this was actually smart to do this finish between Ricochet and Samoa Joe. So here it is. So first of all, we know that Samoa Joe is basically, another glorified gatekeeper / enhancement talent to a certain extent. I mean, he's won some matches lately, but I mean, in all,
I feel exactly what you're saying. He's like the gatekeeper to the guys that they know, pretty much to the guys that they feel that can take it to the actual next level and be top 3 to top 5 guys. He's guy number 7.
Yeah, but my thing is that even with him being put in that position, he's still got a couple of good wins or what have you. But my thing is that in reality, WWE fans view Samoa Joe as a loser.
Yeah.
And that's just the honest truth.
Yeah, definitely.
Up until this whole King of the Ring started, Samoa Joe was losing matches like money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
hey, I don't be losing no money though, man. If I look at my wallet, hold up, I thought I had a 50. Where the fucking 50 at? I'm gonna go steal 50 from somebody just so I feel like I ain't lost shit. And then I'm tripping because I don't even be holding no cash on me. What the fuck am I talking about? That's so stupid. I thought I had a good
Wow.
joke. I thought I had a good joke, and it just landed horrible. So y'all disregard that one. That was horse
can't win 'em
mucus.
all.
Yeah, that was horse mucus.
Yeah, you can't win them all. Good try though. Good try though. I like the effort. You definitely get an A for effort. But no, but like I was saying, so in reality, fans view Samoa Joe, as a loser up until this King of the Ring tournament, where he actually has been getting some wins over some, legitimate opponents or whatnot. So I guess you could say WWE is slowly but steadily building him back to relevance.
Yeah, but look, let me interject one thing that I like. Okay, I love the King of the Ring tournament, but the thing about the King of the Ring tournament is I'll put it this way: a win early in the King of the Ring tournament, I don't think that is any proof that the company is really behind you or thinking of pushing you, because a lot of the guys in the King of the Ring tournament, you wouldn't even really. I'll put it this way: there are guys that weren't even in the tournament that I think if they were in the tournament, you would look at as like a top seed to win the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a good point.
Yeah, because it's kind of as if like, okay, a win in the tournament isn't that big of a deal, but the huge, I'll put it this way, the only payoff for the actual superstar that's in the King of the Ring tournament is for if they have a story. You know what I'm saying? Like it can pull somebody out of the trenches, and you already know who I'm talking about, and we can get to him later because you were making your point. But it'll pull somebody out of the trenches, bring fans behind them to where, okay, they don't have a storyline for them, but like they kind of like make a storyline for them in the tournament. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
And like almost another thing, like Daniel Cormier. When I've been a fan of Daniel Cormier way before even the Strike Force tournament, but he was somewhat under the radar and people weren't really talking about him unless you were real MMA fans and like really knew his wrestling background and stuff like that. But when he went in as an alternate, no one gave him a chance to win the entire tournament. After he won the entire Strike Force tournament, then that pretty much kickstarted his career. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost the same thing as far as like the King of the Ring tournament, as far as wrestling or any tournament in wrestling. It's not about the win. It's all about the story of the guy, that underdog that's in the tournament. You know what I'm saying?
That is, man. Mm-hmm. Look at Aaron Gordon tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That is a very fascinating analysis right there. Yeah. Wow, I am impressed. Man, this guy is he was well prepared for this 15th episode.
No, I get one in every now and then.
Yeah, I see. Wow. How about that, DVP listeners? Check that out. But no, that was a really good evaluation that you make there. So that actually ties into my point too that I was making. So what I was saying is that being that Samoa Joe, over these past few years has been looked at as, he's tough. Yeah, he talks tough. But when it comes to, the major matches with stakes, he never wins. Yep. But going back to that wonderful analysis that you just made, talking about Daniel Cormier, maybe this King of the Ring tournament could be, that story for somebody like a Samoa Joe, who recently, has been, on the short end of the pecking order or whatever the case may be, but has somehow found a way to withstand all that and slowly but steadily build his way back up to relevance, thus possibly, coming out the winner of this King of the Ring. And even going into this match with Ricochet, if you look at it, Samoa Joe was in control for most of this match. I mean, of course, Ricochet came back and, he mounted his offense.
Yeah, it does Ricochet shit.
Right. Typical Ricochet stuff. But as I said, Samoa Joe was firmly in control of this match. Now, going to the finish, which I know probably just made you sick to your stomach.
Yeah. I just picked up my beer.
Right. But the coquina clutch on the top rope, and Ricochet reverses it into a belly-to-back suplex, and both men land on top of each other, both arms across each other, and the referee counts 3.
Like a fucking idiot. It made the ref look like a dumb fuck.
Now, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your frustration, you know, in that moment. But let me bring a sense of clarity to that. And I'm going to tell you why, you know, I believe, in my estimation, this was a good idea, and why both men came out well protected and strong because of this finish.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you got to think about it. You know, like I was just saying about Samoa Joe, you know, being that he's already viewed, you know, as, you know, a loser and not taken serious by the WWE Universe, did you really want to have him take another clean loss, even to somebody like Ricochet? And even with Ricochet, I mean, as hot as Ricochet has been, and as much as, you know, they're trying to push him, did you really want Ricochet, you know, to take, you know, a clean loss to somebody like Samoa Joe? Of course not. So when you're in that bind, what's the only logical thing you can do? Is you come up with some type of finish where both guys either, you know, either can't beat each other as a result of a disqualification or some, you know, type of controversy, or you just eliminate both men from the tournament, which would have sucked like 100 times worse.
Yeah, that would have been horrible. You know? That would have been horrible.
So that's why I agree with this double pin finish. This is why I think this was a good move on WWE Creative's part, because of the fact that it protects Samoa Joe from taking another clean loss, and it also protects Ricochet from taking a clean loss from Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
And I gotta admit.
But why are they concerned? Why are they concerned why are they even concerned of Samoa Joe taking a clean loss? Or because truthfully, to be honest, I thought that I called it when they were on the top. I thought I saw exactly what was gonna happen, but that didn't happen. Nothing like that. But my like what for what it is, if they don't have anything in store, why not put over fucking Ricochet? Like ultra put him over. Why not give him a fucking clean win? Like WWE is a lot of wasting fans' time, man.
Yes, they are, and I do agree with you on that. But again, it all goes back to Vince McMahon. And what does Vince McMahon love the most in his wrestlers?
The big guy.
There you go. And what is Ricochet not to Vince McMahon?
Yeah, not a big guy, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
Question answered. Arrest the case, bang the gavel, court is adjourned. I mean, that's just what it is.
I guess that is what it is.
If Ricochet was Drew McIntyre's size, no problem. He probably would have beat Joe clean in the middle with a 630.
Yeah.
But being that Ricochet is, you know, not as big as Drew McIntyre, as Braun Strowman.
Hey, but imagine if Drew McIntyre did a 630. He deserves all that.
Yeah, that would be pretty fucking dope to see him. And you know what? I'm not putting it past him. He probably does have the athleticism to pull it off.
Man, this ain't AEW, man. He ain't Luchasaurus.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
He's not Luchasaurus.
There's already a guy built to do that.
Yeah, we already got that.
My bad.
He comes later. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But to finish off, you know, this subject, I was just gonna say that I really did like the part where, you know, the referee John Cone, by the way, for those of you that don't know his name is John Cone. After referee John Cone counted to 3 for the double pin, I did like that one little wrinkle that WWE put in where he actually went outside.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah,
and actually got on the headset and actually got word from management backstage. Now, that was a very nice touch by WWE because it gave it that sports feel. It made it, have some legitimacy and some type of realness to it because in professional sports, that is something that, referees would do.
Yep.
If it's a bang bang 50-50 call, they would basically just go to either the headset or they would have a flat screen TV on the sideline and they would pull up the footage, go to instant replay, and make their decision. So that's what referee John Cone did. Instead of just ruling, one guy beat the other, he actually went outside and he actually got on the headset, talked it over with management backstage. Management gave him the word, and he told both dudes, Ricochet and Samoa Joe, I'm going backstage to get a second opinion. And that was very good. I actually liked that.
Yeah, it brought even more legitimacy to the tournament, to where it's actually that important. Yeah.
And I also like the fact too that they followed up on it later on in the night. Corey Graves, that was very quick thinking on his part of him excusing himself from the broadcast booth. He said, "I'm going to go backstage, like a actual sports journalist would do. I'm going to go backstage to try to get some answers and see what the decision is between Samoa Joe and Ricochet."
Even though he was just going back there to get a blowjob from Carmella.
Now that could have been very, very possible because Carmella does have some big lips, by the way. But that's another podcast for a different week. But anyway, but yeah, so they followed up for it later on in the night, and then we got our solution. It was going to be, a triple threat match, which I think is fair between all three, Samoa Joe, Ricochet, and Baron Corbin. And I love the fact, too, this is a very good heel move on Baron Corbin's part to kind of come and interrupt John Cone and thinking that he was going to get a bye because of, the double pin or whatever. Because, going back to, past King of the Ring tournament, if there was a double pin or some type of controversy and the referee couldn't make a clear decision, then both men would be eliminated from the tournament, and that person who won their match previously in the night would get a bye.
Yeah, makes.
But being that this is, 2019 in the 21st century, they don't book matches or tournaments like that anymore.
Yeah.
So, I think this was the only fair thing to do, that could still protect, either Samoa Joe or Ricochet or Baron Corbin. And another good thing about it is that it makes it even more unpredictable.
Yeah, but
because either guy could go over.
Yeah, but that's the thing that pisses me off with with that ending, and then the announcement of a triple threat match. It's a tournament. It's King of the Ring. So therefore every match should be one-on-one brackets.
Right.
So how do we how do we look at that bracket now?
Yeah.
Like that,
true.
you know what I'm saying? So pretty much, truthfully, whoever's on that left side, and I believe there's the left side, the Raw side, whoever's on that side of the bracket, whoever wins out of this three, they actually had the advantage in winning the whole tournament because they could play possum on the outside of the ring, wait till one of them hits them with a finisher, run in, hit their finisher, and then boom. So it kind of makes the tournament less important to me.
It
should be one-on-one. Every bracket should be one-on-one. And they just fucked it up. They just fucked it up.
Yeah, I mean, I never said, now hear me clear.
No, you never said you actually liked the idea. I got you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hear me clear, DVP listeners. I never said it was a great decision. I said it was only fair in this case of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is like, if you eliminate both men from the tournament, then you're kind of just making it predictable because it's obvious if you get Baron Corbin a bye, then it's obvious he's going to the finals.
Yeah.
So I respect the fact that y'all still want to keep it unpredictable and, kind of, keep us on the edge of our seat or whatever you want to call it, or what have you. So yeah, I mean,
I hate WWE's writing, man. I hate their fucking writing, and I ain't even gonna front. Fuck WWE and their writing, man.
I never said I loved it.
No. I'm just saying. But my thing is when they do shit like this, it really makes me think like, damn, like y'all, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. Like they think that the fans are just stupid. They know we're gonna come back and watch it. That's the problem. They know that we're gonna come back anyway and watch. So it is what it is. Y'all fuck boys keep doing what y'all do, but
speaking of something worth coming back and watching, Aaron Gordon, it is now time to recap our favorite thing that we love to watch actually on WWE programs.
The Firefly? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah,
definitely.
We're really glad that he's our friend, and this is a friendship that'll never end.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I mean,
it was a good, entertaining one. I fucked with it. Did you?
You know what? You know what's so funny?
Mm-hmm.
I was watching a few wrestling, broadcasts or whatever on YouTube, and a lot of people are deeming, I should say, this particular edition of the Firefly Funhouse as the best one. And I'm just like,
really?
Okay, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
But I mean, between us, we've seen better. Trust me.
Definitely.
We've seen even better versions of, or I should say, even better editions than this one. But don't get me wrong, this one was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
This one was phenomenal, and I believe I sent you a message on Facebook in the inbox, saying that I believe this was Brave at his sickest. I believe he's sicker than ever now.
Oh yeah.
Like after this, I mean, I thought him, killing Ramblin' Rabbit and then making, a toast jelly out of his blood was sickening.
Yeah.
But I think this one is right up there with it because we had the appearance of what was it they were calling him? Vince McMahon. They're calling him Vince McPuppet.
Yeah.
I actually like that. That's actually pretty good. I like that.
Yeah.
Vince McPuppet. I think I'm gonna say, I'm gonna call him that. Yeah. So we had Vince McPuppet make another appearance on this one, and AG
showing his true colors.
Showing his true colors.
Money hungry.
Yes, thank you. Money hungry. Yes, that was the name or the theme of this edition because, of course, for those of you that don't know, Bray Wyatt, let me rephrase. The Fiend has been advertised to participate at Hell in a Cell next month to challenge for the WWE Universal Championship.
That was fast.
So, yeah, I know, right? It's not even the end of September, and they're already putting that out, in the public. But anyway, so Vince McPuppet was basically, scolding Bray for, having the nerve to challenge, either Seth Rollins or Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship at Hell in a Cell. And he was basically saying, like, how could you do this when you know how valuable those two are to the company? I call bullshit on Braun Strowman. Seth, okay, I can see that. But anyway, he was saying, like, how could you, challenge either one of these men for the Universal Championship, knowing how valuable they are to the company? And in an act of sheer brilliance on Bray Wyatt's part, he said, well, I'm going to tell you why. Because I've been making something that you love so much, and that's money. And then he not only does he pull out the money, but he actually literally feeds the money to Vince McPuppet. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Now, of course, I'm going to ask you this, and I'm going to ask you to, kind of switch over to your alter ego, Aaron Duchovny, okay? Because I want to know, okay? Now, I know you, do your little subliminal, research and homework on this. So, I must ask you, Mr. Duchovny, are there any subliminals or any subtle messages, so to speak, that you saw from this first part of the Firefly Funhouse?
See, now that's the thing, and this is poor preparations. I watched it one time, and I kept it rolling, and I didn't watch it again. A lot of times, especially when I watch Firefly Funhouse, I always watch it, then I finish the show, and then I watch it again. But these things aren't that long, so I'm going to let it play real quick. Let me see. Because it didn't have a name, did it?
No,
man,
it
they putting out theories and shit. Were you getting to somebody else's theory on anything? You were just asking?
Yeah, I was just asking because you're the guy, you know what I'm saying, that seems to figure this stuff out. So, I just wanted to go to the source, and I just wanted to hear, what the source had to say about it. So
let me see. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool if you can't hear it. Let me just go through it real quick.
Yeah, that was an advertisement, ladies and gentlemen.
That we get none of. Damn it. Let's see.
So Aaron Duchovny is on the case, live here on the Dear Vince podcast.
I'm on the case, sir. Well, let me take one headphone off. What we're doing is watching it. I do like that split personality thing that he said, and even addressing Finn Balor, like, just so truthfully people don't forget that Finn Balor's just fucking gone.
Right.
Which is dope. Right. So it's pretty much like he's reminding you that he already has a victim.
Brilliant.
Everyone here at the Funhouse, I wanted to officially say, I'm sorry. On to bigger news. How dare you challenge Seth Rollins or Braun Strowman to a match at Hell in a Cell? Do you have any idea how valuable?
I wonder who does the voice of Vince McMahon.
Bray.
Oh, it is him?
Mm-hmm.
He does a pretty good Vince. Pull out the money. Yeah, I remember from here on. I don't think that there was any symbolism in there other than just the obvious of just boom showing that he's money hungry and whatever. And let me see. And he got the fuck on. Paid him and he got the fuck on.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely. I saw nothing, but I definitely saw a good video package, to be honest. But as far as people saying that was the best one, hell nah, man.
No.
Just like you said, the Ramblin' Rabbit death one was better than that, and also the which one was it? Shit, the first time that they even brought on Vince. Was it the Muscle Man?
Dance.
Yeah, the Muscle Man dance was better than this one. Yeah, but I mean,
but you know what?
Definitely good.
But you know what I think was actually the best episode to me, and I think you'll probably agree with me wholeheartedly.
Which one?
Was the episode where he actually introduced the Fiend?
Oh yeah. Hurt heel.
I think that one trumps all of those. I mean, even though all of them are great, but I mean, hey, how could you not say that was the best one? Because that was the episode where, we found out that he actually had a secret and he actually had, an alter ego. Yeah, that's easily the best one. You right on that, because I mean, like we were under the impression somewhat that it may just be
the Mr. Rogers mystique or whatever persona that would actually go into the ring and flip out, just pretty much, you know what I'm saying, just have like a flip out in the ring and boom, and just go, you know what I'm saying, just go nuts. But
Right.
I had no idea that it was going to actually be that thing, 'cause that shit. And that's the one thing, man, definitely shout out to who, I forget the guy's name, 'cause I actually saw the guy that created the mask and did the sketches and shit. But
Tom Savini.
Sabine, yep, word.
Now, let me. It's funny that we brought him up, and I meant to say this last week on the broadcast, but it completely just faded away from my mind. Thank God it came back to me. But Tom Savini actually, I think I wanna say he did an interview. I forget what the wrestling outlet was, but he did an interview, and of course, you know, he was talking about the success that the Firefly Funhouse has had, and of course, you know, with the Fiend and, you know, all of that stuff. But this last thing that he said before the interview was over was very, very interesting to me, and I think you'll probably like this when I say this. But he was saying that, you know, with all the stuff that we've seen, you know, from the Fiend so far, he was like, we haven't even seen nothing yet. He was like, the best is yet to come. And I'm just saying to myself, what could that possibly be?
Oh, more characters.
Like,
Holy
like
shit.
How can you possibly top what's already been done? I mean, yeah, you probably might be right. Maybe more characters. But the question is, who, though?
It could be another split. It could be another personality of Bray. It could be Sister Abigail. Because truthfully, that's just Abigail the witch. So you never know. You know, if they bring back actual elements of the Wyatt family. You know what I'm saying? Deeper into the Wyatt family, not Rowan, because they fucked that up. You know what I'm saying? They got Rowan and Harper fucking nowhere around. Like, oh, man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying, man?
Yeah.
You part of a family thing, like backwoods family thing, and now boom, like, it has nothing to do with it. Oh man.
Yep.
But
I mean,
that's like in the 90s if they just took Paul Bearer away from the Undertaker and just threw him with the fucking New Day. You know what I'm saying? Just switch it up. Just pretty much just switch it up to where like we are fucking stupid. Like, yo, what happened? I thought he was related to Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, that's how they view us anyway. They think we're slow anyway, but not us here on the Dear Vince podcast. We're very much woke.
You know?
You sanctimonious sons of bitches. But anyway, but to Tom Savini's point, man, if there is another Bray character in the works, I'm just like, what the fuck else?
Yeah.
Can he come up with, man?
Sign me up. But
yeah,
I mean, but they would
really.
They definitely are. They definitely won't rush it because I mean we have other competitors and other things, you know, starting soon. So they definitely need to pull that trick out of the hat a little bit later in the game. Maybe maybe midway of 2020 or even maybe beginning of 2020, depending on how this massacre, how quick it starts for this massacre to crank up. But Firefly Funhouse, definitely a good episode. We just have one more thing to speak of.
And
what's up?
And last thing too that we forgot to mention is that they actually took our advice and have not had the Fiend on TV for the past couple of weeks. Thank you very much, WWE.
Yep.
You see what happens when you actually make the effort to treat somebody like they're a special attraction. Do you see how effective it is?
Oh, but no. I think you said a couple of weeks because the last time he was on was when he fucked with the King, right? Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah.
Before
that was like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
That was 3 weeks ago. But see what I'm saying? See what happens when you actually make the effort to treat, you know, somebody like a special attraction and actually give them an aura about their character. You see? It's not that hard, WWE. All you got to do is just do it. Just do it.
Nike.
That's all you gotta do.
Just do that
Now
shit.
you see how effective. You see how effective it was. I mean, hell, even when they showed that Firefly Funhouse was gonna be on Raw, did you not hear the pop that it got? That's the result of making it special.
Definitely.
Now continue to do that, WWE. If you continue to do that, we'll definitely be on. We'll be on to something.
We'll be on to something.
Firefly Funhouse.
Or just comment to us in the comments, and we'll shoot you an email. Hit us back, and we can actually let y'all. We can let you know step by step exactly.
Step by step.
What we need to do in order to take back this fucking universe, because this shit's getting out of hand. But shit, hey, I've got a charge.
Hey, just give us. You know what I'm saying? Just free, king size bags of Skittles and stuff. Since y'all got the Skittles sponsorship.
They got the Skittle plug over there. Big E's laying his big ass in the damn tub full of Skittles. But hey, man, my shit is very low. It's actually 2%, so I'm gonna have to get off for a second. You there?
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we're gonna have to take a little break here. I know this is unusual, us taking a break here in this early in the show, but
no. Hey, but guess what? We're 50 minutes in. 51 minutes. Just hit it. Just hit 51. Yeah, we went over once again, guys. When we start talking about wrestling, man, it's kind of hard to, you know what I'm saying, to tame the mastermind and its beer drink. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
it is what it is. We're gonna take a break before my calling receptacle shuts down. 10 to 15.
But when we come back, we're going to talk about Big Booty Bailey's heel turn, and then we're going to go on to the SmackDown side of things, and then of course we're going to close this thing out talking about All Out. See what I did there?
Definitely, and I can't wait to get to that portion. But we will be right back with you all. We don't want to slide out on you. You know, that was stupid. Yeah. But be right back.
We'll be back, y'all.
Now it's at 1%. All right, let me jar this bit. And we are back. Episode 15, Dear Vince Podcast with George Kennebrew and myself. It's Beer Drink. We took a little rest area break. We pulled, you know what I'm saying, had to pull off to the thing and buy some chips and some. Oh God, my jokes are just fucking horrible now, man. No more jokes, man. Big Booty Bailey heel turn.
Yeah, he's trying, y'all. He's trying.
Yeah,
we got to work. We got to work with him on his wit.
And my delivery. I'm off today.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that
it's all good though.
Yeah, all good. But that heel turn was definitely inevitable, and almost like we could see it coming from a mile away, because Bailey's rise to stardom and fanfare definitely has been at a decline, like I say, for a damn year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bailey was over as hell in NXT, and I mean, it's she's just annoying. I'll just put it that way. She's just annoying, and that whole gimmick of her with the hugs and all that shit, it's not gonna go over well. But it did go over well at first, but I think it was because of that transition from NXT and people just liking her story in NXT, and then her coming over to the main roster. And it's not, I'll put it this way, it's not something that you're going to throw on the wall and it's just going to stick for fucking longer than damn 45 seconds. That shit's on the floor now.
But I'm going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you what changed for her and why, you know, she all of a sudden started to evolve the way she did.
Mm-hmm.
It's the ass, man.
Maybe.
It's the ass. It's the booty.
She started getting more attention. She started getting more positive attention. Yeah. Could be. Who knows?
Yeah, man. The booty got to loose. The booty got to loose.
What do you
think? I'm telling you, man.
A good or bad thing as far as the heel turn?
In all seriousness, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's something different. Like you said, you know, the hugger, you know, super perky babyface character for Bailey. I feel like we all felt that it was run its course, or it had run its course.
Yeah,
I should say, and it was time for Bailey just to go a different route. The only question is how was Bailey going to get there?
Yeah.
I think that was the only question that we needed answered. And I gotta give WWE creative credit. Like they did it brilliantly. They used, the history of Sasha Banks and Bailey's friendship,
Mm-hmm.
and Bailey being loyal to Sasha, and even as she said in the promo, which we'll get to here in a second when we transition over to SmackDown, but basically WWE just used Bailey and Sasha's friendship, only this time they just put a twist on it,
Mm-hmm.
and now instead of being the heroes, they're the villains now.
Yeah.
And another good little wrinkle that they threw in here that I think at least you'll appreciate is that if you remember, leading up to the Champions Showcase tag team match with Becky, you remember that Bailey said, when I believe that was Charlie Caruso that was asking her the question of what did she think of Sasha Banks' actions ever since, she shockingly returned back to WWE. Mm-hmm. And if you notice, Bailey said no comment.
Yeah.
And then she said, I talked to Sasha or whatnot. Sasha's my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
That should have gave you some incentive right there that something major was about to happen, or Bailey was about to, turn on Becky, or something. Bailey was going to do something dastardly to just completely catch everybody off guard.
Yeah.
Or what have you.
Hey, and one thing I wanted to say real quick, Becky Lynch, I've actually changed my my outlook on her after watching the Stone Cold, what is it called?
The straight up Steve Austin.
Yeah, after seeing on Straight Up Steve Austin, I'm kind of back on the Becky Lynch. Yeah, the Becky Lynch train. Yeah, she kind of won me back over because she was humble as shit in front of Stone Cold. Like, I really fuck with that shit. So, I mean, I don't take back anything I've said, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? Fuck shit. Like, you sometimes forget as a fan. Sometimes you forget as a fan that shit. When something works, even if they don't want to do it, they have to fucking do it. And also, that's what pays their bills. So, fuck, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I've kind of taken my hands off of, Becky too, or what have you, especially since, they've really just done away with her and Seth as far as their relationship goes on television.
Yeah,
I'm actually glad that they got rid of that shit. So because they got rid of that, much like you, Becky Lynch has drawn me and reeled me back in over to her side. So, no complaints here. I still think her coochie smell like lima beans, but, other than that, me and Becky, we're cool or whatnot. So, with that being said, going to the Champion Showcase tag team match, and there wasn't really much going on to begin with. It was basically just a all-out brawl, free-for-all, whatever the hell you want to call it. Mm-hmm. I mean, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross were in control for the first 5 minutes of the match, and then after that, Bailey started to take over. And then, of course, we know what happened after that. Sasha Banks comes in, attacks Becky Lynch, gives her the backstabber, and once again, takes out the steel chair, Deja Vu, gives her a couple of hits to the back with the chair. And then all of a sudden, Bailey comes out of nowhere, yanks the chair away from Sasha. And if there was not any other obvious clue that Bailey was about to turn, this should have been the ultimate clue.
Yeah.
Because in professional wrestling, and again, it goes back to what I was talking about, that delay. that 10-second delay, and I didn't only refer to it with entrances. I mean, it goes to it applies to actual, you know, in-ring performances too. I mean, if there's a 10-second delay in anything in professional wrestling, whether, you know, that person is turning heel or face, you know something is about to happen.
Yeah.
Now, I did like the way that Bayley sold it, because at first, you know, it wasn't as obvious. You know, she hesitated for a minute because she saw Sasha in the ring. You know, she had the chair in her hand, but she was still glancing at Sasha of like, okay, do I, you know, stop Sasha from doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, do I show her my loyalty and show her just how good of a friend I really am? And of course, we know what happened after that. Bayley gives oh yeah, by the way, very nice sadistic smile on Bayley.
Mm.
I never thought that she would. Well, I can't say she has balls because she's not a man, but I never thought she would have enough hairs on her cooch to actually, you know, do this turn.
Yeah.
But she does. But she showed she's got some pretty big hairs on her cooch, however big those hairs are, and you know, she went there. She did the quote unquote unthinkable. You know
what it is. Shit. Like I said, but as I said, man, I'm not. It's cool and all, but I'm.
I mean, we know,
yeah, I'm over it.
We know you don't care for the women. You know, so you could give 2, 3, 4, 5 fucks about this. I understand.
Yeah.
It's nothing but, you know, square biz to you.
Fuck you, Bayley.
But anyway,
let's go over to SmackDown and blaze through this thing.
Yeah.
SmackDown.
All right. Well,
Roman Reigns. Rowan and Bryan.
Roman.
I feel that I feel that I put it this way. Last week, everything that I said about this situation, watch last week's portion on that, and you'll get the same thing. It was good. It was good from the beginning, but now it's bland. It's irritating, and my thing, the build up, like who. I don't give a fuck about a Roman Reigns Daniel Bryan match. I mean, and that's what it's going to end up. That's what it's going to culminate to, because I mean, Roman Reigns and Rowan at a fucking pay-per-view, like who gives a fuck about that? Like Rowan, like, so I'm good. I have nothing to say about that. Fuck that shit.
All I got to say about this is it's about damn time. And the reason why I say that is I'm just glad that somebody came and confessed that they did it. We know who did it. And hopefully at Clash of Champions, this shit will be over with. And we won't even have to have a Daniel Bryan
hopefully.
Roman Reigns match. Because what would be the fucking use?
Yeah.
Bryan didn't do it. Rowan just basically came clean and said out of his mouth he was the one that did it and was proud of it.
Yep, and he turned on Daniel Bryan. So, yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
I forgot all about that. I mean, so, fuck that shit, man. Rowan isn't a guy, man. Rowan isn't a guy to where it's ridiculous.
All I got to say is it's about damn time, and I'm just glad that Rowan came clean, admitted that he did it, said that he was proud that he did it, and, you know, turned on Daniel Bryan. So I'm guessing the Yes Movement is going to return in 2019.
Good guy, yep.
Yeah,
probably.
So
I hate liars. But anyway, shit, Gable upset of Andrade.
Wow.
Andrade. That was one of the that was the biggest Andrade. Like that was the biggest it was an upset, but that was the biggest curveball that this tournament has thrown me, because as I said for the past 2 weeks, I thought that Andrade would be in the finals. And for it to happen with Gable, like this is one of the where I said about the stories, like the story of the underdog in the King of the Ring tournament could kind of re-kickstart, or I ain't gonna say re-kickstart, it'll kickstart an actual push for Gable. because he's never really had. He's always been a part of a tag team or some shit like that. And his singles competitor is just, I think they marketed him too close to like Angle and Shelton Benjamin. Like just like, you know what I'm saying? His gimmick is just garbage. But he's done with that now with the haircut and all that shit. If Gable wins the King of the Ring tournament, that would be the dumbest move as far as legitimizing the comeback of the King of the Ring tournament. It's ridiculous.
Why would it be a dumb move?
It would be a dumb move because fuck King Gable. Like, what are they gonna do with that? He's gonna walk around as like it'll be funny.
That doesn't have a bad ring to it.
It would be funny because like the super small guy with a scepter and a fucking thing, like they would run it like that funny, but man,
look at this.
I think they're wasting
even
time.
The 1, 2, 3 kid beat Razor Ramon.
Yeah, but it was still different. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a tournament type of shit. Like, I'll put it this way: they've lost me as far as this King of the Ring tournament. They've lost me with the decisions that they've made and like how they wanted to end matches with like upsets, like this whole Gable thing and having like the underdog. Like, they've lost me straight up.
But but
go Elias.
Let's look at it. But let's look at it like this though.
Mm-hmm.
You just said it out of your own mouth though, AG. Like he's really never had a push.
Yeah,
he's always been relegated as a co-star. He's never really been able to take the lead like that. And now he's found himself in a position where he has the opportunity to actually take the lead and actually show that he can actually become a star on his own. So my thing is like, okay, even though I know he may not fit the criteria, let's still give the dude a chance because, this is what it's all about. It's all about launching careers. Shit, who the hell saw Booker T? Booker T, of all damn people, winning the damn King of the Ring. Who saw that shit?
Yeah, but
nobody.
But the thing though about Booker though is like he's always had that special shit about him. He's always had that truthfully it. Yeah, like that it factor to him. You know what I'm saying? Like Gable, he doesn't have that, I don't think. Like Gable is truthfully, he should just get, and I ain't saying it'd be fucked up, but like he's a mid-carder, man. Like he should just get mid-card, like tattooed on his back.
Now I can agree with that. Like yes, virtually, Chad Gable is a mid-card superstar. But
then they put him over Andrade that truthfully they could have even pushed as the next damn Eddie Guerrero, to be honest. Like
and that's a great point. That's a great point too. But here's my thing. This is why, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, I'm going to be the advocate, no pun intended, Paul Heyman, for Chad Gable here. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I believe if you really give this guy a good story and you really book him right, I'm not saying you have to book him perfect, but if you book this guy right and you give him a story that, he could really absorb or whatnot and thus develop, a pretty solid character off of, if he were to go all the way and win King of the Ring, I think Chad Gable could get over.
See, I don't agree. The reason why I don't agree is because he just doesn't have it. Like, it's something he just doesn't have. Like, I don't think that there's a care. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, okay, yeah, he can wrestle. Yes, he actually does some dope shit in there, but it's just like I'll put it this way. I think that in order for them, the amount of work that they are going to have to put into him is like they're going to be taking steps back as far as like the company and like what they could be doing with guys that already have it. Like people like truthfully, and a lot of people won't agree, people that have been in there as long as him or longer than him, like Lashley. Like, why waste time on gay? And this is just me being not a critique. This is just me being a wrestling fan. Why waste time on Gable when you got Lashley over there? Why'd you fucking
Well,
Barry
because
fucking.
Lashley's still injured. We don't know when Lashley's
Oh, he
coming
is.
back.
Oh, he is injured.
Yeah.
But it's just a lot of guys. I mean, Andrade, like, why put the stop? And I know it wasn't really. I ain't putting a stop on him because I mean I know he'll come back next week and have a fucking 4-star match with somebody. Man.
Andrade. That's pretty good. I like that. Andrade.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not behind this old Gable thing. I can't fuck with him. Fuck.
Well,
Gable.
the thing of it is, the thing of it is that I never said Gable was gonna win the damn thing.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that, if they can, if he does end up getting eliminated next week, which is a very good possibility.
Mm-hmm.
If he does get eliminated this week, if they could just build off the momentum that he got from beating Andrade Tuesday night,
mm-hmm.
then I think it's a really good possibility he can get over.
Yeah, maybe.
It's just they
just have them upset somebody every week, but then that's my thing. I don't like this Gable thing, man. I know you could tell. I don't like this Gable thing. Gable with the upset. Oh my God, how many more upset? Go Gable with another upset. Like what is he gonna upset? Like what is he going to? Well, I'll put it this way: what's the end game? Like what's the prize? Other than just the story of never give up.
That is another great analysis that you make, because with every story there has to be, an ending, a result, a payoff. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but that's why these so-called geniuses in WWE who call themselves writers and a creative team, mm-hmm. This is what they're going to have to fucking figure out. This is why they keep getting all of this useless money that Vince McMahon is paying them to figure this shit out.
But it's nothing to figure out because it's Gable. Sorry, Gable, man.
Well, hey.
Bailey Hill promo.
Can't be fans of everybody.
Yeah, I'm not.
Can't be fans of everybody.
Gable, man. What'd you have to say about that Bailey Hill promo? Because you already know I don't care about that thing.
Of course you don't. Well, I'll just again, like I said about the Raw, what she did on Raw when she turned on Becky Lynch.
Hey, I can't even say anything about her Bailey Hill promo because I fast forwarded through it. Holy shit!
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, I'm.
But yeah. I mean, it's not really too much to really break down, other than the fact that she did explain her intentions of turning heel is, because it's kind of, I will admit it's kind of confusing because she's sitting up here saying that she wants to continue to be the lovable role model and the inspiration, family friendly person that she's already been. But we all know that it's bullshit because you just beat the hell out of arguably the top woman in WWE in Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
And then you just messed around and beat the shit out of, the other top woman in WWE in Charlotte.
Yeah.
But you're sitting up here talking about, you want to be a role model to the kids and show them what loyalty is and still, maintaining being yourself, quote unquote. Like that's just confusing as shit to me. I'm just like, come out and be honest. Just keep it all the way thorough. Just be like, look, I'm sick and tired of, being the good girl, being, the happy-go-lucky, perky, cartoon character that comes out and gives out hugs and all of that. I'm tired of that shit. Because where did that shit get me? Overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
Where did that shit get me? At the, well, I'm not gonna say at the bottom of the women's division, but where did that get me? Like, in the middle of the card.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not no mid-card talent.
How about that?
I'm one of the best damn women's wrestlers in WWE.
Yeah, but look, how about
Shit,
that?
I was NXT.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on and keep it all the way thorough.
This is how real it is,
baby.
as far as like me even fast forwarding through her promo. She's the SmackDown Women's Champion, and it doesn't even seem like it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But what I'm relaying is this is the type of shit that she should have made known in the promo instead of this whole dried up, watered down, WWE uninteresting promo or not. Hold on, let me rephrase that. Instead of keeping it thorough and the creative team allowing her to really express, why she did what she did, she's doing this typical vanilla, watered down, dry WWE robotic promo.
Mm-hmm.
When she really should have been like, you know what? I don't owe any one of you damn people a damn thing.
Yeah.
I did what I did because I want to.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm the damn SmackDown Women's Champion, and I told y'all on Raw that I wasn't going to be overshadowed by anybody.
Yep.
Let's think about it. What is giving hugs and being, the family-friendly, happy-go-lucky cartoon character? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Let's sing Barney songs around the campfire. Like, where the hell did that get me? Nowhere.
Yeah.
It got me in the middle of the card. It got me overshadowed. And WWE management didn't take me serious. So what did I do? I went out and I made them take me serious. I made those people who thought I was just a walkover or not a walkover, but a pushover, and just make it seem like, I was the weakest link or what have you. I made them go out and pay attention because I did something that no other woman had the balls to do other than my best friend Sasha, and that is take it to Becky Lynch.
Yep.
And then you drop the mic, and then you walk out.
Word up.
Simple as that.
It is what it is, man. Fuck that, man. Bailey, you're boring. Boring Bailey. Boring Bailey.
Boring Bailey.
But then I'm about to go on to another one that I've gotten bored with too.
Another
Mm-hmm.
Story on SmackDown that you're not fun with. Man, I tell you what, AG, you're just pissing all over this tonight.
I think I'm done with WWE, man. Like, and that's the funny thing. Like, I ain't gonna say I used to get excited, but I used to be like, oh, I bet, hell yeah, let's watch this shit. But the past 2 to 3 weeks is like, all right, bet, let me watch this shit. And I watch it, and it's just not entertaining at all. Like, it's not entertaining. Like, they even, in my things, they fucked up the Roman Reigns thing. Like, 2 weeks ago, when I started seeing that Roman Reigns shit unravel in a fucking pile of horse shit, I was just like, damn, like, but then you got to think, 3-4 days before, I watched the AEW pay-per-view and was excited throughout the entire pay-per-view. So it's like I'm not one of the fans that is just gonna come back. Like I may end up just saying fuck WWE, and just whenever I hear something online, you know what I'm saying, when I just hear something or hear some talks about something that was real dope that happened, then fucking tune back in. Like, I think I'm just over WWE, like, because they're doing everything wrong. Other than and even the Firefly Funhouse, like, I think that they shouldn't even even though it was a good episode, they should chill on it for over a month, man. It's just WWE, like, whatever. Fuck them guys.
Right.
And fuck this Randy Orton Kofi Kingston beef. That's just garbage.
Well, there we go. We go right into Randy Orton and Kofi Kingston. Well, I was going to ask you, what did you think about this? But obviously you beat me to it. Because, like I said, you're just pissing on all of this tonight. We'll just call this the pissiest episode of the Dear Vince podcast. because Aaron Gordon is verbally pissing on all of this. As far as what I think about this whole thing, up until I'll probably say, up until last week, when Randy, did the whole shit. What was I about to say?
Okay. Maybe when he was talking shit to his family and shit?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Up until last week when Randy was, doing the whole, family angle with, Kofi's son apparently writing Orton a letter, telling him to stop, picking on his dad and, all this other stuff, and then saying he was going, to the hotel to pay his son a visit, which I believe, was definitely, I mean, of course it was a work, because I'm just like, hold on. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the best you could do?
Yeah.
SmackDown creative.
You see what I'm saying, though? It's like... And then, they didn't even show him pulling up to the hotel or anything, did they?
Exactly.
It was just,
exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Because it was a trap. It was supposed to be a trap.
No, that's right.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a trap. But my thing is like, why in the fuck do you have to constantly go to this family shit, man?
Yeah.
Like, this is Randy Orton. He doesn't need that type of material.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as great of a villain as this man is, like, y'all could have given this dude plenty more options than just to resort to, just tormenting somebody's family. Like, come on, man. We've seen this shit already.
It's lame. It's lame. It
really is.
It's Stone Cold. It's Brian Pillman back in the 90s.
Yeah, man.
But they did it right in the 90s because they brought a gun in the situation. They brought, you know what I'm saying?
And then on top of that, dude, it was fucking Brian Pillman, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
It's Brian Pillman and fucking Steve Austin, all right? Like, you're talking about two of the greatest performers in professional wrestling. Like, so we can't even compare.
Yeah.
We can't even try to compare to 21st century WWE to 20th century WWE.
Yeah.
Because that was just a whole nother level.
Yeah, of everything. They just need, I mean, like I said, and that's what it is. And look, like, this is a quick one that I have. WWE, to me, is getting like, because like a bunch of my buddies and shit, and just whatever, buddies, friends, whatever, like, they listen to hip-hop rap shit, right? And they're like, yo, did you hear this album? And it's from motherfuckers that we listen to, whatever, and then sometimes it's newer dude. But it's like, I'm at the point, and that's what I tell. I've told at least 3 of my buddies this shit. It's like, dude, I'm over 30. I've been listening to rap for about 30 years, and at this point, there's nothing that's gonna blow my mind because I've heard somebody rap like Tech 9. I've heard somebody rap like M. Like, I've heard stories like Jay, Nas, and all these guys. But my thing, okay, like, and I'll like to use Tech 9 first because skill-wise, no one raps as clean and whatever as Tech 9. I throw Yellow Wolf in there. I've heard them, like, and every story has literally been told already. So it's like, I'm kind of off of it. And that's kind of what not wrestling, because as we had the pay-per-view this past weekend, I've seen many ladder matches, but not one like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But as far as WWE is like, it's remanufactured WWE, and a lot of times they remanufacture the bullshit that they shouldn't have done the first time. And I'm just kind of over it. It is what it is.
No, I get it. I mean, I'm right with you. I mean, you and me are floating on that ship together. But my thing is that, being that WWE has micromanaged its talent, like to the point where it's just, like you said, irritating. And the fact that they will not give these guys, and when I say these guys, I'm talking about like seasoned veterans within the company. I'm talking about the Seth Rollins, the Roman Reigns, the Braun Strowman, the Randy Orton, the Kofi Kingston, the AJ Styles. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't have to name the rest of them. The Samoa Joes. I mean, whatever. Yeah. I mean, guys that, you know, have been, you know, in this business for over 20 plus years, that have been around the country, been around, you know, the actual globe, and wrestled, you know, in every country, you know, known to man. And it's like, these guys know what the fuck they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you would just allow these dudes to put their own flavor and their own sauce into their characters, into their promos, hell, even into their matches, they can make you some serious money.
Yeah, exactly. Look what what happened when you give Bray a little fucking creative right.
You know what I'm saying?
And my thing is not even to guys like, say, Rey Mysterio, that you definitely know is probably going to be retiring in a year or so, but not even the rights and creative control to write themselves out of the company or write themselves out of their career. But if they like AJ Styles has 3-4 years, he just re-signed, I think.
Right.
Like guys like that, let him have, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely that stipulation. Like, okay, if he's gonna leave the company, of course you're not gonna give him that, or you about to retire, because you can't have it exactly how you want. But my thing is like give them trial and error. Try their fucking idea out, and you may get more fucking Bray Wyatt situation.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand. I just don't understand, like, you know, why, you know, they constantly, you know, just don't see, especially with, like I said, the seasoned veterans that have been there, you know, for quite a long time. And even those, you know, in that group of, you know, the Rollins and the Styles and the Joes and, you know, all of these dudes, I just don't understand, like, why you just don't give them more creative control. Because I'm like, they'll know how to manage it. They'll know how to, you know, use it and not abuse it.
Yeah, and they know when they've been over before and why.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like they know when something's gonna work. Bullshit.
Right, but for some damn reason, like, Vince is just overly cautious that, you know, these dudes, if you give them, you know, creative control over their characters, he just swears up and down that they're gonna abuse it and they're gonna do something that's not gonna draw the company money. And I'm just like, Vince, like, this is the reason, this is the exact reason why you are out of touch with the 21st century.
Yeah.
It's because that you don't understand that most of your superstars are in tune with the millennials.
Yep.
You have to reach the millennials. Like, people like me and AG, we're in our 30s now.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't cater to us anymore. Like, we've already lived through the Attitude Era.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, with this new generation coming up now, like, you have to cater towards the fan base that they draw, which is a younger millennial fan base.
And that's where AEW comes in.
Exactly. You know what? We've said all we got to say about, you know, this Randy Orton Kofi thing, because it's really just rinse and repeat. You know, Kofi comes in, tries to get the better of Orton. The Revival interfere. They beat down Kofi. They give him, you know, a super RKO. Then Randy Orton gives them another RKO. They pose, and that's it.
And
so,
it happened last week.
And
it happened last week too, folks.
That's what I'm saying. So fuck all of that. All right. Going into AEW to finish off this 15th episode of the Dear Vince podcast, we are going to briefly recap All Out. Now, hear me clear, DVP listeners, we're not going to break down, or not. I should say break down, but
we're gonna highlight.
We're not going to recap.
We're gonna highlight.
We're not going to recap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not going to recap every match. We're basically just going to recap the few matches that really stood out to us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing those are basically just like, the most promoted matches on the card, which was Kenny Omega,
mm-hmm.
Pac, of course, Cody and Shawn Spears, the tag team match with the Bucks and the Lucha Brothers, and, of course, the World Heavyweight title match for AEW in Chris Jericho and Hangman Page. But before we do that, real quick, I do want to highlight the opening match of the main card, the six-man tag, fantastic, Jurassic Express versus SCU. Aaron Gordon,
mm-hmm.
you did make a good call on that. You said
yeah.
the more experienced seasoned team, SCU, was going to go over in that match, and they actually did. I thought that, being that AEW was trying to, establish, and I'm not saying they aren't. I mean, they are, but I just thought that in this case they might have want to establish like the younger talent, which was the Jurassic Express. But
yeah.
SCU are over as hell, and it only makes sense to put the team that is the most over
mm-hmm.
In the match. So, hey, I mean, it's a win-win situation. It was still badass. It was still fast-paced, action-packed, a lot of good high-risk maneuvers here. I know you, AG, were especially amazed by Luchasaurus. That's I think he's one of your favorite guys in AEW right now.
Yeah, definitely. Truthfully, he is the big guy in AEW. So, even though they just signed another one, I forget his name, but yeah, Luchasaurus is definitely he's one of those guys that's just he's big, has the look. Well, my thing, no, I've seen the motherfucker before though, so it is. Well, even though he has on the dinosaur mask, but he has the look, big, athletic, quick, just really fucking explosive. So he's one of the guys to where any wrestling promotion would benefit from having him, and it's dope that AEW has him. And it's only a matter of time before they break up this Jungle Boy and you know what I'm saying, before they break
mm-hmm.
the thing up and actually let him have a singles career, take off the mask, and just really have a good run for truthfully a title.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But like I said, I really enjoyed it. SCU, they always, know how to get the party started,
mm-hmm.
or what have you. And yeah, it definitely made sense for them to go over. I said even last week when we were doing the predictions that, it would not surprise me at all, if they won this match. And, that's just what it came down to. You want to give the fans what they want. They were clearly behind SCU the whole time, and that's what it was.
And then this is another logic that I had in that one is like, I know that it's a rarity. I think they used to have it in Japan, but if it's a 3-man, I'll put it this way: in the entire AEW, if there was a 3-man title or 3-man tag title, it would be SCU. That's why I'm looking at like they're not putting over anybody over SCU. It's when it's all 3 people involved, almost like if SCU if SCU were in the WWE, no 3-man team is going to have the belts over a New Day. You know what I'm saying? That's how I kind of looked at it as far as that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good point. And maybe we might see, a 6-man championship
mm-hmm.
developed in AEW. I mean, because AEW is all about trying new things and
mm-hmm.
Standing out. So don't be surprised if you see a 6-man tag team championship created here down the road in AEW.
Word.
But
and you never know.
But going on,
Sonny Kiss.
Go ahead. What you saying?
Sonny Kiss and Sonny Kiss. What's her name? I had a stupid one. Like the first three belt holds would be Sonny Kiss. I forget the name. Never mind. So we're done. The one that won the Casino 21 Woman Battle Royal.
Oh, you talking about Nyla Rose?
Yes, Sonny Kiss, Nyla Rose, and Sammy Guevara be the first three man. The first 3 man.
Now that would be very, very interesting to see.
That would be fun.
I would definitely tune in to AEW on TNT to actually see that shit. That would probably be entertaining. That would probably be entertaining. Now that I think about it.
It sounds more like AEW on MTV. But bet we can go ahead and go forward with this AEW fucking all out recap. Like I said, we're not a recap, just a highlight. Let's get it.
Yeah. Okay. So next match, we're going to highlight is Kenny Omega versus Pac.
Mm-hmm.
I was very stunned about this, as I'm sure you were too, AG, because I believe we both predicted Kenny Omega was going to win this match. Mm-hmm. But again, much like the SCU situation, I love the fact that we saw our first swerve of the night, and Pac not only went over, ladies and gentlemen, not only did he go over, but if I'm corrected, or if I should say not corrected, damn, let me stop trying to sound like all of Stoop or whatever. If I remember this right, Pac was the first guy to submit Kenny Omega.
Yep.
Is that correct? Not only submit him, but submit him unconscious.
Yep. It's crazy.
Like,
it was a good look for both of those guys, to be honest.
It really was.
It was a good look.
Both guys,
it was a good look for Pac's momentum, and it was a good look for the furtherment of Kenny Omega Moxley.
Yeah. I think this definitely adds, some more heat to that rivalry. And as I was telling you, as we were watching All Out on last Saturday, that now Jon Moxley has some verbal ammo of his own that he could throw at Kenny Omega whenever he does another promo again, which I will be very interested to see when Jon Moxley returns to AEW. Hopefully he'll be able to be on the very first episode of AEW on TNT.
Get that elbow drain, boy. Get that elbow drain.
Right. But other than that, very good match. It was very physical, hard hitting, some stiff looking maneuvers on both guys' parts. I really loved the story that was told here of Kenny Omega, underestimating Pac and just being, obsessed with getting his hands on Moxley, and it ended up costing him. Yep. So I mean, hey, that's a hell of a story to tell. Kenny's in a precarious position. I feel like now the match with Moxley is a must win, and
he's like 1-3 in AEW, or 1-2.
1-2, I believe.
Sheesh.
Yeah. So Kenny's got a uphill battle now against Moxley, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that. All right. Going on to the next match. I know this was a personal favorite of yours, Shawn Spears, Cody. Basically, all I gotta say about this match is 2 fucking letters. Arn Anderson.
Hell yeah.
Where in the hell did he come from, number one? And number 2, who in the hell came up with a negotiation and gave Arn Anderson that, or I should say cut Arn Anderson that check to make that cameo? Because whoever the hell did that, Tony Khan probably, you're a fucking genius.
Yep, definitely that. But then another thing, we had old Tully Blanchard that was part of the show too, so I'm pretty sure he could sway old Arn to hop on a plane
Probably so.
Mm-hmm.
Probably so. I mean, hell, Arn wasn't doing nothing else. I mean,
Mas-
it's not like he's working. It's not like he's working for the other company, AG.
And
wink,
also,
wink.
and also, yeah, exactly. And it also ain't like the Popeyes are still selling those chicken sandwiches. They're out nationwide. So what else do he have to do? But
Yeah. What else? What else? What else did he have to do?
But that
But I
spine
mean,
that spine buster was on point though somewhat. It wasn't O-line,
Oh,
but
yeah.
definitely
I mean,
a
come
clean
on.
spine buster.
I mean, this is the master of the spine buster. You
Mhm.
kidding me?
Definitely.
Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, this was an all-out brawl as we thought it would be. I didn't expect too many, chain wrestling maneuvers here. This was very personal, and it was everything that I felt like it needed to be. I mean, you had MJF there cornering Cody Rhodes, like you said. Tully Blanchard was there.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Spears, got his offense in.
Yep.
But Cody battled back, and then at the end you had the cameo from Arn Anderson, hit the spine buster on Spears. Cody hit the Crossroads 1, 2, 3, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was your match.
Definitely a good match. Definitely a good match. I enjoyed it a whole lot. The one thing that I'll say about the match that was kind of weird that a lot of people didn't really catch was at the very end of, oh my God, my phone is at 1. But I got it plugged in now, so hopefully. At the very end of the match, I noticed when MJF had the chair in his hand, he was kind of looking down at it as he was behind Cody.
Yeah.
And it was almost oh shit, is he going to do that? But then as soon as they kind of did it to where it was subtle, and then Cody turned around and he kind of like looked down at the chair like, yeah, fuck this chair, and then threw it off and then fucking hugged him up. So I'm like, they definitely nudged at it, but a lot of wrestling fans don't look at the details. It's coming.
That MJF is so fucking great, man.
It's coming.
I tell you what, that's one of the wittiest dudes I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to be able to make an adjustment like that,
Mm-hmm.
like mid-moment, like you gotta have some type of wisdom to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for him to just all of a sudden tease that he was gonna whack the hell out of Cody with that chair, and then like as Cody turned around, for him to just flip that switch of like, oh no, man, I wasn't gonna hit you. I was just fucking mad.
And people don't even notice it.
Don't even notice it at all.
Mm-hmm.
At all. Jock sniffers.
Exactly.
But,
we got one
going
in.
on. Yeah, right. But going on to the next match, we're going to highlight Lucha Brothers, the Young Bucks. There's not really too much to say here, right? I mean,
I call this one. I call this one 100.
spots on spots. I mean, that's pretty much what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, everybody's talking about that badass Canadian destroyer that Pentagon executed on Matt Jackson, I believe it was.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah, and then Nick Jackson damn near killed himself.
Oh God! Well, when he clipped the ropes, you saw when he clipped them. Holy fuck!
Yeah, damn near killed himself.
Nothing fake about that.
He was still alive.
Nothing fake about that, guys. Wrestling's fake.
Right.
Nothing fake about clipping your legs while jumping 11, 12 feet downward onto somebody. You clip your fucking feet and could possibly break your neck on a damn apron.
And I'll tell you what else. Looked pretty damn brutal. That double team package pile driver
on the ladder.
Damn ladder.
On the outside. That was what put him away, right? That's what got him out. Yeah. It looked like he really got hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not really, like I said, it's not really too much to say about that, y'all. I mean, it was just straight carnage and mayhem throughout the entire match. I mean, that's what a ladder match is carnage and mayhem. So
that was pretty much just one. If you didn't see it, go fucking watch that right now.
Right.
Period.
And then last but certainly not least, to close out the show for the inaugural AEW World Heavyweight Championship, we had Chris Jericho, the Alpha himself, going up against Adam Hangman Page. Hangman rode a horse out to the ring. I actually thought that, okay, they're giving him a big entrance. That possibly means he's going to get a big win. But that was not to be. And what happened that I said would happen did happen.
The Judas
I know that
effect.
was right.
You busted
And,
my ass
you know,
on this one. You destroyed me. I thought I had the
mean,
ultimate swerve. I
it's
thought I had the.
I mean, it's just simple logic. I mean, like I said, Adam Page will be the AEW World Heavyweight Champion very, very soon.
Mm-hmm.
But being that this is a quote-unquote, war that you're about to engage in with WWE, as much as AEW wants to deny it in front of the camera, backstage, like, come on, we know what's going on. So being that, they've got this war going on with WWE, I mean, of course, you want to have all of your heavy hitters at the forefront. Jon Moxley, Chris Jericho, Cody, Bucks, Omega, like, of course.
And here's another hot take real quick. Pac was in the WWE NXT, and that could be a reason why they even want to put him over really quick.
Right.
So that's kind of a smart move.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, being that you're going head to head with WWE, I mean, like I said last week, y'all, and I'm not going to go all the way into it. All I'm going to say is, like I said last week, you have got to have people on this first episode on TNT that people recognize.
You call that 100%. Like I agreed with you, but as far as the Adam, like the title match, I was like, nah, I got this one in the bag. I thought she was gonna be laughing in your face.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I was gonna buy Adam Page. I was gonna buy an Adam Page T-shirt, take a picture, and send it to you fucking tomorrow or yesterday before the podcast. Didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you gotta have people. You gotta have people on the rival show that people remember, because you gotta understand. Like I told you, AG, there's gonna be some of those professional wrestling fans like us that haven't watched the product in years, who might want to come back and watch it again, but they need to recognize people that they knew before they stop watching it.
Yeah.
And if they turn on, TNT, and they see, like, wait, Chris Jericho is one of the main eventers of this new promotion, and he's their world champion. Okay, I was a fan of Chris Jericho. Yeah. Let me see what he's up to. Let me see. Wait a minute, is that Dean Ambrose, who's Jon Moxley now? Oh man, what's he up to? Is that Cody Rhodes, the former Stardust, the former dashing Cody Rhodes?
And why does he have on a suit looking fresh to death?
Why does he have on a suit now? Right. This guy used to come out, you know what I'm saying, wearing regular wrestling trunks. Now he's, and he's, nice looking suits and all this shit. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Is that the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega? Like, hold on. Is that Neville?
Exactly.
Oh, he changed it. He changed his name now.
That's what I was just.
Himself a bastard.
That's what I was just about to say. Like, and why are they calling Neville Pac?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
so
a good.
That's what it all comes down to, man.
And, like, and another good thing too, that even in what you just said, that's the reason why they've been chilling on MJF. They haven't been trying to shove MJF down our throats, because they like, dude, the Wednesday show is going to be like, he's going to literally turn into The Rock, because his promos are crazy. So so what's the point in giving us way too much? Because even on being the Elite, MJF is hardly on there. So hold off on MJF until we have a national TV show, and then they about to unleash the beast, and that's probably the reason why they even kind of alluded to him about the backstab Cody.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, something.
See, I can't wait.
I'm telling you, y'all. This first episode of AEW on TNT is going to be so fucking big. I don't even know what the hell is going to happen, and that's a good thing too. I don't want to know what the hell is going to happen. I just want to tune in and just watch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, even the same thing for NXT on USA. Kudos to NXT. That's my favorite wrestling brand still. I can't wait to see what's going to go down on NXT on USA.
Hell yeah. Cannot wait.
I'm just excited for the fall of wrestling.
Cannot wait. The fall of wrestling, guys.
AEW. on TNT, and you got NXT on USA. So
is what it is, man. This has been
we'll see what's going
the
down.
episode.
But,
and another thing y'all have to, or no,
the AG,